The death of Abu Yusuf Yaqub ibn Abdul Haq in 1286 could have thrown the Marinid dynasty into disarray. His reign had been one of conquest and consolidation, a new golden age dawning over Morocco. But succession in medieval dynasties rarely went smoothly. As power shifted to his son, Abu Yaqub Yusuf an-Nasr, enemies sharpened their blades. The throne was not just inherited. It had to be earned through fire, steel, and strategy. Abu Yaqub Yusuf was no ordinary sultan. Though raised as a warrior, he was also a man of letters, a lover of philosophy, science, and architecture. But make no mistake, he was also a ruler forged in conflict, and his reign would test the very limits of the Marinid Empire. The rise of a sultan. Upon his ascension in 1286, Abu Yaqub Yusuf inherited more than a crown. He inherited his father's unfinished war with the Zayanid dynasty in Tlemcen. This ancient rivalry between the Marinids and Zayanids had consumed generations. Tlemcen, the fortified jewel of the Maghreb, refused to fall, and Abu Yaqub, unlike others before him, would not stop until it was his. In 1295, he launched what would become one of the longest sieges in North African history. The siege of Tlemcen lasted 8 years. It was a campaign of attrition, of cunning strategy and ruthless endurance. He established a siege city outside Tlemcen, known as Al-Mahala, a fully functioning camp city with markets, mosques, and even schools. This was not just war. It was a statement. We are not leaving until Tlemcen is ours. But the Zayanids were fierce. They launched raids, forged alliances, and stirred rebellion behind Marinid lines. The war turned into a test of willpower and logistics. Thousands died. Crops were burned. Armies were worn down by disease and exhaustion. Yet Abu Yaqub held the line. He was determined to bring Tlemcen under Marinid rule, no matter the cost. Expansion and internal struggles. While the siege of Tlemcen dragged on, Abu Yaqub's rule stretched further across the Maghreb. He brought regions of the high Atlas Mountains under control and secured the southern trade routes from sub-Saharan Africa. Cities like Marrakech and Fez flourished under his patronage. He encouraged scholarship and patronized scholars like Ibn Khaldun. Libraries grew, and so did his reputation, not only as a sultan of the sword, but a sultan of the pen. He commissioned great architectural projects, mosques with towering minarets, schools that attracted minds from across the Islamic world, and caravanserais that facilitated booming trade. His reign marked a cultural flowering that would influence Moroccan identity for generations. But with expansion came instability. Tribes revolted in the south. Andalusian refugees arrived seeking help against Christian expansion in Iberia. Diplomacy with Granada and the Hafsids became a daily balancing act. Abu Yaqub Yusuf had to become a political chess master, juggling alliances, rebellions, and religious factions, all while continuing a draining war in the east. In the midst of these struggles, he attempted to unify religious scholars and legal schools under a common banner, bringing more cohesion to the diverse populations of his realm. His leadership was marked not only by expansion, but also by his efforts to give the Marinid state a moral and ideological foundation. The unexpected end. After years of campaign and glory, tragedy came not from the battlefield, but from within. In 1307, Abu Yaqub Yusuf was assassinated, not by a foreign enemy, but by a eunuch in his own palace. The motives remain mysterious. Some say it was due to court intrigue. Others whisper it was revenge for the endless wars or punishment from enemies cloaked in shadows. His death shocked the realm. The great siege of Tlemcen, just 1 year from victory, collapsed. His carefully balanced empire trembled. But his legacy did not die with him. He left behind not only a stronger Marinid state, but an idea that the pen and the sword must walk hand in hand. That empire is not built by conquest alone, but by knowledge, faith, and vision. Abu Yaqub Yusuf an-Nasr remains one of the most intriguing figures in Moroccan history. A man of paradoxes, both warrior and scholar, conqueror and reformer. His story is a mirror of the age he lived in, full of ambition, danger, brilliance, and betrayal. If you found this journey through Marinid history fascinating, make sure to give this video a like, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more gripping stories from the Islamic world and beyond. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode. More legendary tales are just around the corner. Stay tuned.